Hey guys, this is Claudio Giuliano here, and today I am coming at you with this new video. And in today's video, we are going to be doing a set demo of the 2019 updates for the Artstudio Pro brush indexes. So in this video, we're going to be demoing the brand new 2019 Real Ink Index, the Real Paint Index, and the Real Pencil Index. I have been working on these updates for a pretty decent chunk of time. This is a major redesign of the set. It is a ground up redesign, and pretty much the old original version of these indexes for Artstudio Pro are now obsolete. So the new 2019 update is now live in the store. I've sent out the updates to your emails for all existing customers. And today I wanted to dive into the set. I wanted to show you how much of an evolution is brought forth with the 2019 update and how much more advanced and natural the indexes are now. So the cool thing about the indexes for Artstudio Pro is they are made by someone who also makes the software, someone who has worked directly on the modern engine that we've brought forth, and they are designed for everything that we've built into the software since 2.2. Now, I've been working on the software for a long time with my team, but the indexes are really designed in unison with the modern software, the modern engine, and the way that we specifically designed it, the way that we have specifically designed our image processing and our input interpretation. So this brush set is designed in unison with the core of the software, with the core of the engine. So that allowed me to take a really unique approach to designing the brushes, and that allowed me to pull everything I could out of the brushes for this 2019 update. So when it comes to comparing it to the original version, it pretty much makes the original obsolete. Those old brushes are no longer compatible with the software because we have completely redesigned how the engine works. We've redesigned so much of the core of the brush system, so they're pretty much obsolete. So we are going to start with the paint index, and then we'll go over the other two sets. So what we have now in the 2019 update is these are based on my varied layered dynamics. So all of the brushes in the new indexes for Artstudio Pro are dynamic, fully dynamic. So the best way to see these dynamics is to go into your UI settings, go into your cursor settings, and turn on outline cursor mode. That's going to allow you to see the various dynamics that are built into the brushes. And these will really come through great for the paint index and the pencil index, where you can really see those dynamics live as you work. As you can see here, I'm going to pick one of my favorite brushes in the set, which is called Mr. J's Dynamic Oil 2. And you can see how those dynamics are coming through with tilt, with rotation angle. Now, as you guys know, the paint index is all about its blending and the way things blend in feel, the way things blend in look. And now what we have for the paint index is this is the fastest blending brush set on the market. You can render so quickly with the new 2019 update. It is crazy. We have a very large increase in speed when comparing it to the old set. And what's allowing that is these new dynamics that are built in, along with the way that we've built the engine, along with how the brushes are designed in unison with the engine and with these new dynamics. So the paint index is going to work beautiful for grayscale and color. You're going to be able to transition seamlessly. You're going to be able to build formed so quickly, whether it be with grayscale or if you're working through color theory. So the new paint index for Artstudio Pro is much more analog than ever before. That's what they're designed for. They're designed to give you the most natural painting experience you can find in the digital space. You're able to push the paint around. And now, there's other softwares out there and other brush sets out there that kind of have some kind of blending on the brush. But the blending that you're seeing here in the Paint Index for Artstudio Pro is truly one of a kind and unique. If you were to compare this back and forth, if you did a direct comparison back and forth with the Paint Index for Artstudio Pro and something else, you would see that difference quickly and you would feel it. So, a really big part of what's going on here in the Paint Index is about feel and interpretation of feel, and then bringing that together with the mathematics of the blending and how quickly the blending is able to be achieved. You can see the wide range and the wide scale of the blend. And you can see that consistency come through even when you grab a brush that gives you a completely different end result than another brush that you can find in the set. So that consistency is something I think that's going to be apparent when you feel the set, when you start working with it. Now, there's a wide range of different brushes in this set, so you can create a really wide range of different dynamic results. Every brush here is designed pretty much to give you a different end result, but that consistency is carried across every single brush in the Paint Index. So if you analyze the quick stuff I'm laying down here as I go through the different brushes in the set, you can see the wide range of different results you can create with the set, but then you can also see that blending really coming through. You can see that speed coming through. You can see how you're able to render the form out in seconds. And it is so much faster than the original set. So if you thought the original was fast, and I did at that time, but I was designing the set to work around the limitations of the software in those earlier days. Now, what I wanted to achieve is truly pulled off here. So with the new 2019 Paint Index, we are getting ultra fast blending. And not only is it bringing forth the fastest blending, it's also bringing forth the fastest high-resolution, large-scale performance for a paintbrush set. The brushes fly here, as you can see, and I'm working on large-scale images like 20 by 20 at 300 DPI, 36 by 24, and you can push the brushes to full scale, and you're going to see the brushes fly at lightning speeds without really ever slowing down. So that is another really big feature and attribute of the Paint Index. It's the high resolution performance that you get with the brushes on top of the ultra fast blending, allowing you to render form in seconds. So the Paint Index is designed for a variety of different styles. It's designed to work pretty much for any style that you want to implement, whether it be for concept art, whether it be for fine art and realism, whether it be from working from imagination, landscapes. It's really designed to cover the entire spectrum of different styles that you would implement for painting. So one of the other standout features are the varied layered dynamics on the Paint Index brushes. And as you can see there, I was doing cut-ins with the brush. You can see the brush is following the rotation of my pencil and wrist. It is following various layers of dynamics, from rotation to angle, from tilt, and all of that makes for an extremely analog and natural painting experience. So whether you are a seasoned professional or if you're just transitioning into the digital space from the analog space, I think you'll feel at home with how natural the Paint Index brushes are when you start working with them. So the Paint Index is going to give you a wide variety of different end results. They are specifically designed to adhere to a wide variety of different styles of painting. And it's important to know that the Paint Index is designed for the wet paint tool in Artstudio Pro. So you want to make sure you're in the wet paint tool when you're working with the Paint Index. That's going to bring forth the attributes that I'm showing you today. So now we are going to get into the new 2019 Pencil Index. And the 2019 Pencil Index for Artstudio Pro is one of my absolute favorites to work with when it comes to sketching, rendering, and penciling. So I'm going to show you a variety of the different results that you can get here. The varied layered dynamics are also built into the Pencil Index, and you can see that coming through here with the new dynamic tilt pencils that are in the set. And that is one of them that I'm showing you here. So if you want to see those dynamics, you can see them in the new dynamic tilt pencils. So I'm just laying down some quick renders here to show you the different results you can get with them. Like the Paint Index, these pencils render extremely fast. They have a very natural feel on them when you start working with them. They change dynamically in size. They follow the rotation and angle of your hand and wrist. So they are responsive. All of the brushes I'm showing you today are responsive brushes. So you can catch a wide range of different results with the new dynamic tilt pencils, and you can really bring forth nice form, and you can really make your pencil render pop if that's what you're going for, if that's the effect that you're going for the end result. But these are also really awesome to use for quick sketching as well. So I want to show you guys the varied layered dynamics a little bit further and give you some visual context on that. So as you can see here, when I am rendering with this pencil here, and this would hold true for using the Paint Index as well, this is where you can see those dynamics are coming through. If you look at how I'm holding the pencil, how I'm rotating the pencil, how I'm rotating my wrist, the angle of my wrist, you can see that the brushes are responding to that. You can see that happening with this pencil here. So I wanted to bring this video in on top, showing you my hand and showing you the movements of my hand, mapping it to the movements of the brush. And this is what the varied layered dynamics are, and that's what they bring forth. So as you can see here, they're not only responding to tilt, but they're responding to a variety of other dynamics. And that's where varied layered dynamics comes from. There's various layers of dynamics built into the brush. So you're seeing it respond to angle, you're seeing it respond to the rotation of the tip of the pencil, you're seeing it respond to tilt, and you're seeing it respond to all of these things combined into one. And that's what makes up the varied layered dynamics. And that's a big part of what makes the brush indexes so responsive. So besides the dynamic tilt pencils that are in the Pencil Index, there's also a nice range of classic realistic style pencils as well. And these are what I use when I want to sketch with more detail, when I'm doing a more tight sketch, when I'm doing a sketch that is a little bit more line based, but where I'm still rendering as well. And these get really nice, classic, realistic results. And I implement these pencils a lot. And you'll also find just regular digital pencils in the set as well. So there's a really nice range of pencils for you guys to work with in the Pencil Index with this 2019 update. And the new Pencil Index is much, much more natural than the original. I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. So last but not least is the new Real Ink Index. Again, totally redesigned from the ground up. As you can see, as I lay some lines down here with one of my favorites in the set, which is called the Giuliano Feather Sable Brush, you can see the beautiful dispersion of pressure we're getting from thin to thick. You can see that dispersion carry through from the lightest end of the pressure spectrum to the full end of the range. Now here, when I start inking this sketch, you can also see the precision and accuracy that we get with the ink. These are also super fast when you work with them. They're super fast and they are super fluid. So with the ink index, it's really all about the dispersion of pressure. And the majority of brushes in the ink index are designed to mimic sable-like results. But in this new 2019 version, they're much more natural because I specifically worked on redesigning the ink system of Artstudio Pro along with the paint engine. The ink system is another thing that I spent many hours working on and redesigning. And the new ink index is built in unison with the new ink system and also in unison with the new pressure interpretation system of the software. So when you ink with the brushes in the new ink index, you're going to feel all those new attributes coming through. They're going to feel much more natural. They're faster than ever before. They're more accurate. They give you much more brilliant results now. And I think it's going to be really noticeable. So there's a wide range of different ink brushes from sables to daubs that give you a lot of really cool results for inking. So these are going to be great for comic artists, if you're a cartoonist, if you're someone who's doing fine art, but you're doing that with a lot of ink-like line work. I think you're really going to enjoy the new ink index update. It's one of my favorites to ink with. All right, guys, so that is going to wrap up today's demo of the 2019 update of the Artstudio Pro brush indexes, the real paint index, the real pencil index, and the real ink index. So I spent a lot of time working on this update for you guys to give you guys the very best sets I could give you. And I really hope that comes through for you. I really appreciate all of you who have been reaching out to me about the update. I'm really glad to hear that you guys are enjoying it and getting great use out of it. I also want to thank all of you guys who have been reaching out to me about Joker. You can see my work on the big screen in the film. And if you want to check out the portfolio of work that we created for the set, I have that up on Instagram. There was also recently a feature in Digital Arts, and this was a great honor for me because years ago coming up, I read Digital Arts and I still read it today. So it was a really great honor and I really appreciate them. And this is a two-part feature. The first part, we talk about the film. We talk about different aspects of the career and design. And the second part, we're talking about Artstudio Pro and brush set creation and software for the iPad. So look out for the second part. I'll also link that when that is up if you want to check it out. Guys, I really appreciate you for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the set. Have a great day.